Hello there, YouTube. I don't know why I was so excited then. Hello, welcome back to the channel where we are going to be speaking about diet culture today. Something which hits home with me because it's something I've struggled with throughout my entire life. But before we go into that, I do just want to say, if you want to join us on these little streams, because we are live right now on twitch.tv/einabber, you can do so by clicking the link in the description and following me on Twitch, where you can join these horrible people. Some of them are okay, most of them aren't. A lot of them have got a lot of mental trauma, just like me, and maybe like you, so maybe we'll get on. Who knows? Just follow me on Twitch, like this video, and subscribe. But yeah, today we are speaking about Trisha Paytas. Now, with Trisha, they are obviously a character who a lot of people are not a fan of. Trisha is very polarizing, understandably so. They are somebody who has done a lot of bad things, which I've called out on. But in today's video, it's going to be kind of different because I've recently gone through my own sort of weight loss journey. And when I see other people, other influencers on their weight loss journey, I'm very interested in these videos because I really like to see their perspectives and understanding and to see if they're doing things right and also putting the right information out there to their audience. Because when it comes to diet culture and when it comes to losing weight, it can be extremely toxic on both sides. And I think with the wrong information out there, you can put some serious harm onto people. So I want to take a look at this video by Trisha Paytas called I'm Just Fat and I Give Up. Now, Trisha has actually been trying to lose weight, I believe. I think it may be for their wedding with Moses. So I just want to go through this and break it down because it's pretty interesting. And I've watched a few points here and there. I actually watched Obese the Beast video about this and I thought, you know, I want to cover this. So yeah.
So I'm a little frustrated this morning and I'm going to let this out and release this because I just need to release it and move on with my day. Sorry, I didn't even put that right in front of you. Just move on with my day and not let this affect me, but like it's really affecting me this morning, and that is that I'm fat.
Now, like, I'm actually not going to make many jokes during this because I kind of want to mix this in with my own personal experience with being fat because, you know, I'm not going to say my exact weight because I'm still not comfortable with saying it until I get to my goal. But I'll say I have lost 94 pounds this year in weight. And that's a large amount of weight. And don't worry, I've done it healthily. I like to eat food, guys. I like my food. But yeah, I've lost a lot of weight. And I personally still feel very fat because this is something a lot of fat people would experience. They will lose weight and they will, I guess, getting us in a mindset of, a lot of it comes down to body dysmorphia, but they'll get into a mindset of, despite them losing loads of weight, they will feel fat and they will see a fat person in the mirror. Now, before we go any further, I just want to say, a lot of people get upset at the phrase fat person or judging yourself as fat. I don't understand why. I think it's very good to use the words fats just as we use the words thin. It's merely a body type, you know? We don't need to get upset at this. I was fat and I still think I am to a degree, mainly based on somewhat body dysmorphia. But yeah, this is something which I used to wake up to every single day and still kind of do, and it can really put you down of where you're like, yeah, I am fat and I hate myself for that, and I sometimes just don't want to get up because of that. Not so much anymore after losing the weight. It definitely has helped a lot and made me feel more confident, and I definitely don't feel as fat as I used to feel, but I can understand to waking up and feeling like this and feeling upset and wanting to give up, and I have given up so many diets. So I'm not actually going to mock Trisha at all in this. I completely relate to this.
Okay. I'm fat. I'm fat and I feel like just freaking giving up because I have been doing cardio like literally every day. We have one vegan creamer and it's already expired. Like I just have to have this. Like I'm really trying to like make this vegan choice, this vegan lifestyle, and it's actually like...
Yeah, people in the chat are saying Trish isn't fat. Yeah, I don't even think Trish is fat, to be honest. Obviously, Trish isn't skinny, but like Trish, I don't think is particularly out of weight. But at the same time, I'm going to pull you up on that and say, hey, everybody has the right to feel the way they do. Trisha thinks that they're fat. That's perfectly fine. And if they want to change how they feel about themselves, or they want to change their own body, that's completely fine. And I'm not calling out anyone. I'm not saying this is people in the chat. I'm just kind of building on this. I definitely think there is this problem in society of where we're like, oh, you're fat phobic if you want to lose weight, you want to change how you feel, you know? Personally, I I went to lose weight because I hated waking up in the morning feeling lethargic, feeling like I couldn't move at a certain speed. I felt heavy. I hated the feeling of being at a certain weight that I was at, and I wanted to change that. And you know what? I actually like looking skinnier. That's just my personal preference, and maybe a lot of that does come down to societal standards, but personally, I prefer how I am right now. I'm not going to go up to somebody who is fat and say, hey, you need to change how you feel, because if they're feeling good, then good for them, dude, And I hate this thing of just, it happens with Adele, of where she clearly feels good about herself, but people feel the need to be like, oh, I miss Adele when she was fat. And maybe some people will feel like that because they looked up to Adele when they're fat, and Adele was somewhat of an idol to them. And I can kind of get that, but making it about yourself is just really selfish in my opinion. So yeah, it is your body, your property, as somebody in the chat just said.
So difficult. I'm so annoyed. Let's see what we... How is that vegan? How is that still in there? That non-dairy. Okay, is this vegan? Okay. I literally had that silk in there for so long because I've been wanting to do the vegan thing for so long, but today is the day that I do it. I just do it because, honestly,
I also don't think Trisha probably helped themselves. The thing is with dieting and losing weight, most of your weight loss ultimately, I think, in terms of science, comes down to your diet. And I think Trisha focusing on losing weight and switching to veganism at the same time is a very big and difficult stretch. I mean, she's switching to a diet and then she's also trying to lose weight. Now, on veganism, when you switch to it, you're going to feel hungry. When I was a vegan, when I first started it, I felt really hungry. So then, by trying to lose weight and being a calorie deficit, you're gonna feel so hungry. So I don't advise anybody who is trying to lose weight to then go and become a vegan on the same week. That is insane to me. It's a lot of pressure to put on yourself. I completely agree, Amelia.
That bad. I had that week of fast food. Oh my god, I can't even open this. Of fast food, a binge, and I felt horrible. And I was like, okay, no more fast food. But I guess I should put ice in this. Oh well. I'm just so tired of being fat.
Me too.
Okay? I know this goes against my mantras and affirmations and law of attractions, but I am fat. I tell myself every day I'm skinny, and you know what? I wake up and I'm still fat. I'm still over 200 pounds. I don't understand.
By the way, I actually think Trisha is being real in this video. As much as you can kind of tell which Trisha videos are real and which videos aren't, and I definitely think this is a real Trisha Paytas video. I definitely think this is them being them. So that's why I'm kind of being a bit more serious on this, because it does relate to me, and I do feel very personal with these. And I'd love to speak about diet stuff more, because it's something which I very much surrounded my life with in the last year. I watch so much diet related content in terms of criticizing certain diets, speaking about the culture of everything, and I like it. I like being interested in these topics.
And after Halloween, I don't know. I know we're still in Thanksgiving season, but I seriously work out so much, 3 hours a day. I've tried intermittent fasting. I tried I literally count calories. I literally count calories, and they literally do. Aside from that 1 week fast food binge, I literally do under 2,000 calories, and I burn minimum 2,000 calories.
You see, for me, I mean, I'm not 100% sure on how much I believe that Trisha Paytas is in a calorie deficit and isn't losing weight. Now, some bodies are different, and there may be rare cases, but for the most part, people will lose weight based on the fact that they are in a calorie deficit. I'm going to let everybody in on a little secret. I barely exercise. I lost 90 pounds barely going to the gym. I like to go running every now and again, but I'm gonna be real. I've done no exercise today, but I've done 9,000 steps today. That's a pretty average step count. But you lose weight typically based on what you consume and in general your diet and your calorie deficit. Sorry, that didn't come out correctly. And throughout this so far, I've seen Trisha has put creamer into their drink and stuff like that. So I'm not too sure if Trisha is in a calorie deficit, and I'm not criticizing Trisha here. I'm just trying to spit some facts and say maybe look at the calorie counts on what you're consuming. And I get calorie counting can be a very sensitive thing, but sometimes if you don't want to do that, maybe instead just cut out things which are obviously going to be bad for you, like creamer, for example. As much as it is probably nice, it's probably not going to help these things, you know? I think some foods are so obviously bad for you, you don't need to count calories. But as Trisha said, they are counting calories. So yeah, I don't really believe you. But at the same time, maybe this is the case, and it may be a rare thing. And if it is that, I recommend going to a doctor. But also at the same time, you've said that you're doing intermittent fasting, veganism, calorie counting, and also trying to lose weight at the exact same time. That is like 4 different diets at once. The reason you're not losing weight is probably because you're putting so much pressure on yourself to lose weight in a short span of time by doing these crash course diets that you're then going to end up binging or snacking on things without even realizing. And then one day you're eating a load of bad things, and then the next day, or you have 3 good days and 1 bad day. That bad day can mess up everything. And that's because you're forcing your loads of crazy diets on yourself. And some people can do the crazy diets, you know. I personally have done intermittent fasting. I've got good willpower. I feel absolutely fine doing it. I take the right vitamins. I've spoken to nutritionists about it, which you should do if you are going to do those things. But it's not for everyone, especially at the beginning. It's baby steps. You need to do these things lightly. I didn't just lose 90 pounds in a week. It was a very long process. Some people may just lose 30 pounds in a year. Some people may use 20 pounds in a year. Everybody is different. You shouldn't force yourself into doing these diets. If you do this healthily and you do it over time, in a couple years, you'll be at a very healthy place. You won't have like mental trauma from it. But doing these crash course diets is going to probably negatively affect you and cause you to binge eat without even realizing sometimes.
And I'm usually like 1,600 calories of intake.
It's amazing how you can sabotage your efforts without realizing by trying so hard. Exactly. The thing is with dieting, it's like a trick. If you try too hard, you're probably gonna fail. Now, not everyone will. Like I've done some like pretty like silly things here and there, but I definitely think if you try so hard to do so many diets, you're probably gonna damage yourself.
I know minimum I burn at 2,000 calories. Like probably more, because they say naturally if your body does absolutely nothing, you're just like a lazy fat piece of, you know, like you burn 1,500 calories just literally existing, just literally sitting.
Yeah, it's your base metabolic rate.
I go 3 hours a day, and yes, I know those calorie things aren't accurate, but it's usually over 1,000 calories that I burn, which also increases my metabolism. But let's just say I didn't even burn 1,000 on the actual elliptical. I'm pretty sure I burned that throughout the day because my metabolism is just going. So that's an extra 1,000 on top of the 1,500. Therefore, I burned.
Look, I'm gonna give some advice. Don't believe those fitness machines' calorie counts. Trust me. This is the thing. Look, this happened to me. I've been in this position. Last year in 2020, I was going to the gym quite a bit, more than I go now, and I was not eating, like I stopped eating takeaway, but I was still not losing weight, and I was thinking, why am I not losing weight? Again, it's because of my portion control, you know? Like, yes, you may read the calories on the thing and be like, oh, I add these things up, and it's fine, but the reality is you may accidentally eat too much portions without realizing and be eating more calories than you realize. And I understand calorie counting is sensitive for a lot of people out there, and if you are, don't do it if you don't want to, you know. Some people can do it, some people can't. I personally do it. But yeah, it all comes down to portion control and controlling what you put in your own body.
I burn 2,500 calories a day. And again, maybe more, because I do lift weights, I do all that stuff like that. And I just, you know, I did start lifting weights maybe. I'm not gonna cry about it. I just am like, if this vegan thing doesn't work out for me, like I'm giving up. I'm giving up.
Not just about calorie counting either. It's when you eat, the amounts that you get, the big bad fats and good fats. People's metabolism is variable too. Exactly. Yeah. Apologies for not mentioning that. There are so many different fats and good fats and bad fats, and eating processed foods. She's putting processed creamer into a coffee. Probably not good for your metabolism. Probably not good for your body in general. Yeah. Sleep is a very important thing. Get your 8 hours in if you can, and you will lose weight. Like, no, we're not guaranteed, but it will help contribute to that.
I'm going back to the fast food life. I'm going back to the pasta life. I haven't had carbs or pasta in like...
You still can do that and lose weight though. That's the thing I get mad about with these, like, with the people going on these crazy diets. They have convinced themselves that you can't lose weight and eat pasta. Like, yeah, it might be a bit more difficult, but you literally can. You can consume carbs. I personally don't consume that many. but you can consume carbs and lose weight, guys. Don't let the keto heads get to you. Look, I rate keto. I do. A hot take, but don't let these people get to you. You can lose weight without being in ketosis, without eating 10 carbs a day. Like, you just need to eat the right fats, eat the right carbs, be in a calorie deficit, and you will probably lose weight. And yes, maybe if you do that for 3 weeks, you might not lose weight, but if you continuously do that, I promise you, you're going to lose weight. You can eat a slice of bread, you can eat a bowl of pasta, and if you're doing the things that you're doing, like exercise, and you're monitoring these things carefully, your macros and all of that, you're probably going to lose weight.
I'm sorry, pasta. I've had carbs. I've had pasta and cheese in literally 2 weeks.
To be honest, I thought it was way longer based on how they're speaking in this. Look, guys, if you're not getting progress in 2 weeks, that's fine. A lot of people do lose a lot of water weight in those few weeks, but maybe it just doesn't happen for some people. Everybody has a different body, you know? 2 weeks isn't enough time to give up, in my opinion. You need to do this for at least a few months. Trisha, I promise you, if you take this advice, take other people's advice, go see a nutritionist and a dietitian, because bearing in mind, I'm not a professional here. I'm just saying which are pretty general facts about calorie deficits and good fats and bad fats and stuff like that, which people said in the chat. Has she ever talked about a doctor to this? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Go to a doctor if you're genuinely concerned that your body is incapable of losing weight, because if so, that is worrying, and it may, again, maybe age has a part of it, maybe the sleep part of it happens, stress, stuff like that. Stress can cause weight gain. Go see a nutritionist, go see a doctor, and I'm sure you can lose weight.
I did have cheese on some nachos, so pasta and Parmesan cheese is what I'm thinking. Pasta, butter noodles, cheese, the worst thing you can possibly have. I haven't had that in so long. I had big ziti a week 10 days ago.
See, she keeps saying in this, it's like, oh yeah, I've barely had this, and then they're like, oh no, I have actually had this thing whilst drinking creamer in a coffee. It's like, again, that's fine, and you can lose weight doing that, but at the same time, these things are probably quite processed foods, and also there's probably a lot of processed stuff is typically very high in calorie because it's processed, you know, it's not natural foods. So you kind of have to get worried about these things, because as much as it says, yeah, there's only 100 calories in this, naturally all of us are going to put in shitloads of creamer or cream, whatever you want to use, into your coffee, because it tastes good, and you're not weighing that stuff out, because why would you know? But you have to acknowledge that these things are probably going to contribute to lack of weight loss. And yeah, salt as well is a big thing, as somebody just said in the chat.
And on top of that, you want to see what's sitting next to me? Witch hazel wipes. You know why? Because I think I have a freaking hemorrhoid coming in right before my wedding. Really? How am I supposed to just...
Moderation. Yeah, moderation is basically what I'm going to say.
I feel so frustrated. What is even behind me? Robert Pattinson shirt. Moses is like, is this a character from Twilight? Robert Pattinson!
I really don't get how many people I witness use creamer like it's non-fat milk. See, we don't actually have creamer, I believe, in Britain. My friend was actually telling me about creamer and how unhealthy it is. Apparently, it's basically just sugary milk or sugary cream or something, which goes into a coffee. And that sounds so bad when you're trying to lose weight. Personally, I know a lot of people are going to find it sus. And in fact, I got this topic idea from Obese to Beast, and I know for a fact he finds it sus when people drink coffee black. But I like my coffee black. I like that taste, man. It smells good, it's fresh, it wakes me up. I love black coffee so much. It's the purest way to drink coffee. That's how I drink my coffee. The Skinny Company does zero cal vanilla creamer. Yeah, but doesn't that also contain sweeteners? Sweeteners are also pretty bad for you. Is it aspartame?
I just feel like I'm a little bit at a standstill. And you know what? Sometimes I do read comments, and the comments I read is oh, there goes the wedding diet. There goes this, still fat. Or fake weight loss journey. It's I've showed on the scale 20 pounds. And yes, I fluctuated from 20 down to 30 and back up 25 pounds. And guess what? If I go on the scale right now, I don't even want to go.
This is something which is really important to cover here about fluctuation. Your body can fluctuate. I'm pretty sure your body can fluctuate between 1 and 9 pounds throughout the day. You could weigh in at 189 pounds and then 2 hours later be at 193 pounds, and then by the end of the day be at 195 pounds, because naturally you're taking in fluids, you're taking in foods, but also you do weigh things on different days, you know. I have some days weighed myself and then the next day I've lost 3 pounds, which obviously didn't happen happen. I didn't burn 3 pounds in a day. My body is fluctuating based on the day, based what went in my body on the day before that. Please, for the love of God, if you're trying to gain or lose weight, don't feel bad that your body weighs something different than it did 2 days ago. What you should be focusing on when it comes to weight loss is how much have you lost over a month or 2 weeks. Then's when you can really start seeing some progress, you know? Not over every single day. I don't advise you weighing yourself daily because these things can really get you down. Maybe do it twice a week, maybe once a week. That's probably the best way to do it. Fluctuation is perfectly fine. You're going to weigh things on different days. You're going to be heavier on different days. That's just how the human body works. Please, for the love of God, don't let that get you down and make you depressed. Daily weigh-ins were what set off my ED. Exactly. It's such a bad thing to do, in my opinion. Now, some people do that, and I can get that. If you're healthy with it, fair enough, but it can be dangerous.
Let's go.
Yeah, weigh yourself after go to the bathroom. When I weigh myself, it's first thing in the morning. I haven't consumed any fluids. I go to the bathroom and then I weigh myself because that's the closest you're going to get to your actual body's weight without like excess fluids in, you know? And that's the best time to weigh in my personal opinion. Don't weigh in after you've had a big bowl of pasta or something because you're probably going to weigh more than you did at the morning, you know? Don't do that.
On the freaking scale. Why not? Why freaking not? I'm gonna probably cry. I'm going to probably cry.
So they're weighing in on the scales here, and there's one thing which chat. Can you notice something about Trisha? What is Trisha doing wrong here with weighing on the scales? Can anybody notice what Trisha's doing wrong here? Anybody? I want somebody to guess in the chat. I feel like crying too, Trisha. Yeah, me too. Towel, clothes. Exactly. I'm glad people have pointed it out. Wet hair and in a towel. Look, guys, weighing yourself is a very personal thing. I'm not saying Trisha needs to do this, but when you weigh yourself, please, for the love of God, do it without clothes on, do it without wet hair, because you wearing clothes, these things have weight. These things will contribute to that. And if you're weighing yourself with clothes on, you're only making yourself more sad and depressed. And you're getting an unrealistic viewpoint of how much you actually weigh. Trisha is going to get mad right now because they're probably going to weigh more than they weighed earlier because they've got wet hair, a towel. They've just drank liquid and they're wearing clothes. It adds weight. It's mass. Everything has mass.
Closer to 218. Are you seeing that? Oh my god. Oh my god. That means it's fine. Like, at least I'm not 220, right? At least I'm not 220, right? That means, oh my god. Like, look. Now, the only thing I can be is, like, my saving grace. I have been lifting weights, so... Oh my god. No. I was literally, oh my god. I was literally 204, like literally 2 weeks ago. I'm so...
Yes. And Trisha, you have wet hair, you've got a towel on your head, you've got clothes on, and you've also consumed food and drink that day. That is going, like, your excess body weight can fluctuate. Like, let me get it up. How much can your body change in weight throughout the day? Yeah, here it is. This is like on average, your body, the average adult changes 5 to 6 pounds. And I know people that have fluctuated up to 9 pounds. And then Trisha is wearing clothes. You've probably actually lost weight. Genuinely. You've genuinely probably lost weight.
No.
This is, I mean, it's sad.
How?
I'm not going to go any further because it is just sad. But ultimately, for one, if weighing yourself upsets you this much, I mean, some people won't get upset this much, but if it really ruins your day, I highly recommend not weighing yourself and just eating healthily, eating correct portions, and like treat yourself every now and again, of course, and exercising, you know, because that will make you feel better rather than letting a scale dictate how your day goes. Please, for the love of God, don't let the scales dictate your days. That's just a terrible way to live your life. And if you fluctuating your weight is going to affect you, then just don't weigh yourself at least every single day. If you're going to weigh yourself, maybe do it every 2 weeks where you've just woken up, you've gone to the toilet, you're not wearing clothes. Then you'll get some form of accurate representation and you'll be less depressed. And at least you'll have some understanding of where your body is at, you know? Like that's like the best way to go about it, in my opinion. And again, I would fully recommend go to a nutritionist or a doctor if you really are serious about wanting to gain or lose weight. Because again, this isn't just a weight loss thing. A lot of people obviously want to gain weight, and that's completely fine, you know? Some people are comfortable at different weights. Everybody everybody is different. And please don't take my advice as some gospel. I'm just a dude giving off like pretty borderline basic facts and then basing my own personal experience on it. I really don't like the fact that people are so judgmental about people wanting to lose weight. If somebody wants to lose weight or gain weight, that's perfectly fine, and as long as they're not doing it in an extremely unhealthy way, that's great. That's absolutely great. And I think we're gonna end this by saying you can lose weight eating your favorite foods. You can lose weight eating pizza. You can lose weight eating burgers. It's all, obviously, again, it's all about calorie deficits and stuff like that, but you can lose weight and enjoy the food you're eating. Don't force yourself into these crazy diets because you feel that you need to be a certain weight by a certain time. That's just something you shouldn't do, and if you fall down that rabbit hole, you're going to end up with a bad time, and you could really harm yourself in the future, man. Moderation is key, as Fangod Puff Skine just said in the chat. Moderation is key. Enjoy your life, enjoy your food, be healthy, of course, but please, for the love of God, don't starve yourself, and don't think that you can't eat carbohydrates because somebody on keto told you they lost 40 pounds. They may have lost 40 pounds, but you don't need to do that. If you wanna, great, but you don't need to. So I'm going to conclude this by saying, Trisha, I'm sure if you stick at this, things will go your way eventually. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. Thanks for watching. Please like this video and please subscribe. Bye-bye, everybody. Peace out. Let me know your thoughts down below.